Yeah, this drives like a Wrangler. 8 speed's really smooth. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the all-new Jeep Wrangler High Tide Edition. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to Danny here at the Larry Miller Dodge Ram in Sandy for giving me some time with his new Wrangler. So if you're in the market for a new Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler, definitely ask for him. I'm going to put a link to their inventory in the description down below. And then as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have the naturally aspirated 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 paired to an e-torque system and an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 285 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 19 around town and then 24 on the highway. Now let's go over the front end of the High Tide Edition. So first off, you have the regular sport hood here, which you can lower the windshield down onto those two pieces right there, which is pretty cool. We have our High Tide logo here on the side. Let me show you guys on the other side in the sunlight so you can see it a little bit better with the graphics that they went for. Now we do have the LED light package that is part of this High Tide package. And now let me switch to the other side so you guys don't see my shadow. I'm always getting in the way here. Jeep's signature front grille. Notice how it is all body painted there on the front end. And then we have the regular bumper here with the fog lights. You do have tow hooks there on the front end. And, well, there's the front. Now coming on the side here, we've got 17-inch wheels that are beadlock capable, and wrapped around that we have 35-inch tall tires in the front and in the rear. So the High Tide package comes standard with the Extreme Recon package, which gives you these wheels and tires. It also lifts it about 2 inches, so you guys can see the whole setup here. Now you still have a solid front axle just like other Wranglers, and you've got the little fender flare extensions because of the bigger tires. Notice the Jeep badge has been blacked out. Then we take a few steps back. The contrast with the body painted hardtop that's white and then the blacked out fender flares and everything, I think looks really cool here on this package. And then we'll quickly see the rear end. So we do have a solid rear axle just like all Wrangler models. And it looks like we've got the Rubicon shocks on this actually. The red Mopar shocks. It's kind of interesting. Just thought I'd look at that. So here is the key fob. As you guys can see, got the Jeep logo there. We have the little flip out function. We have our unlock and our lock function, and then the remote start as well. And then if we pop inside here, notice how we've got all the little Wranglers on that, which is pretty cool. And then we've got the pop-up window in normal Wrangler fashion. Now you guys are probably wondering what this gigantic box here is in the back. This is actually for the top on this Wrangler. So this has the regular hardtop. You guys saw that when I was showing you the front of the Wrangler, but I'm just showing this to you guys on my phone here from Jeep's website. You also have this little top as well, and that's what's in this box right here. So basically it's kind of like a soft top, but just for the front two pieces, and that's part of this. It's called the Sunrider Ford hardtop. Kind of interesting name, but anyways, that's what this gigantic box is in the back of this Wrangler. And notice we've got this that's all body painted and everything, but anyways, when you're all done, you just put that back in order. There you go. Well, the sun conveniently went behind a cloud, so we kind of have better lighting here for a second. You guys can see here LED taillights as well. We've got the 35 here on the back, and then notice here we've got the reinforcement from Jeep. We've got a recovery hook back here, got a little exhaust tip poking out the side, and well, that is everything for the back. Now this is gonna be a pretty quick segment. Just want to show you guys here with the back door panel, and obviously this box is covering everything up. But look at this, you can fit a massive box here with the seats folded and everything, so practical. It's practical. Also, interesting that there's no cap over the gas. There's like the regular gas cap, but there's no like cover over the gas cap. Side of the front. Now here is the front door panel. You guys can see again with the padding, and then here are the mirrors. We've got our mirror adjustments right here, door lock and unlock. And then here are the front seats. So notice here with the cloth trim, they're manually adjustable. You got the pedal layout here with the rubber floor mats. And then notice here with the light control and the fog light, and then you got the vent here. Steering wheel is also manually adjustable. Let's pop in. So here's a quick look at the steering wheel. It's got the leather wrapped steering wheel, as you can see. Radio controls there on the back. Got controls for center stack, voice command controls, cruise control as well. Regular turn signal stock, and then windshield wiper stock, and well, there you go. We have Jeep's new gauge clusters you guys can see here with the RPMs on the one side, and then you got the speed on the other side. And then here with the center screen, you can see different bits of info, including the set tire pressure here. Now with 35s, I'd probably roll at around 38 PSI. Let's actually see what the cold pressure rating is. 37 is the cold pressure rating. So yeah, I would definitely lower these down to high 30s in terms of where I'd be driving around with it. But also here with the Jeep info as well, because ultimately this is an off-roader, right? But anyways, there's the center. Now here is the center infotainment system. First off, we'll pop it into reverse. We've got a backup camera here with trajectory lines. As you can see, resolution is really good. Now as for the rest of the screen, first off, you got dual zone climate, and we have heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Response time on the screen is great. You do have your off-road pages as well, and yeah, overall definitely a cool setup. Got navigation too, perfect. Got a bunch of analog controls here for the seats, the climate controls, the radio controls, all that big things. We got our auto stop start, you can turn that off if you want. Off-road cruise control, and then you guys can see here with the little charging port. Window controls in the center, you got a 12 volt here off to the side. 4 auxiliary buttons, and then you got the shifter for the 8-speed automatic transmission, little Jeep there on the top. And then notice here with the 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel high, neutral, and then 4-wheel low. Now, just like other Wranglers, to get into 4-wheel high is pretty easy. You can just pull it down into 4-wheel high. For 4-wheel low, you want to be rolling forward at under 5 miles an hour, and then you want to have this in neutral, and then you can pull it down into 4-wheel low. It's pretty easy. I've used it several times on my Wrangler. And then you guys can see the brake here, a couple cup holders, and then center console setup. Glove box. Notice the finish here on the dash, and then you guys can see this, again, like I said, comes with a regular hard top, so if you don't want to use the weird convertible top here for the front, you can just rock the hard top. So here is our window sticker for this High Tide edition. You guys can see the base price is $34,000 on the Wrangler, because this is built off of a Sport. But notice that the High Tide package is an $11,000 upgrade. So the cheapest you could get this would be like $45,000, almost 40, well, yeah, close to $46,000 in reality. But anyways, notice it adds the Extreme Recon tire package. Now this doesn't say if it does the re-gearing. I'm guessing it does the re-gearing, which upgrades the axle ratio to 4.56, because it does have the Extreme Recon package as part of this. But anyways, you guys can see all the other stuff that comes with it, including like the LED lights and everything. And this one also has the tech group. And then you guys can see the other stuff like the cold weather group, and then the bigger infotainment system, and we've got the 3.6 liter V6. High Tide savings, $1,595. It's a good thing that you're saving $1,500 off of $11,000. Wow. Anyways, total MSRP, $57,610. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off in this Wrangler High Tide edition, and I think this is really cool because I have never driven a Sport with the Extreme Recon package, and so this will be my chance to finally see how this actually drives. I've only driven, you know, Rubicons with the Extreme Recon package. So first off, I really like this. 35s definitely help with the ride quality with the Wrangler, because basically now these tires are aired up a little bit higher, so it's not going to help as much as if they were aired down a little bit. But the way to look at it is, because these tires have so much sidewall, because they have so much space inside, they're kind of like an extra shock absorber, right? Because whenever you go over something, the tire will compress a little bit before the shock compresses, and so it actually lends to a smoother ride. And that's why bigger tires are always better. Aside from that, this handles great, actually. Still feels like a Wrangler, right? You got solid front and rear axles, so you still have the normal Wrangler driving. That this, you know, kind of has a little bit of on-center deadness, and, you know, it kind of goes all over the place. I think that's why they call it the Wranglers, because you have to wrangle it to drive it. I know that was a really bad joke. But, you know, it kind of comes with the territory. Other than that, from an interior perspective, I like this on the dash a lot. I think that looks really good, actually, with the finish. It definitely makes this feel more high-end, basically, compared to just a regular old Sport. It feels actually pretty punchy. I'm guessing this has the re-gearing, because this doesn't, if this wasn't re-geared and it was built off a Sport, this would feel way more gutless than it does. So yeah, I'm guessing it has all the stuff that the Extreme Recon package offers, which is great. And kind of see how, yeah, this drives like a Wrangler. 8 speed's really smooth. This is, I mean, and I'm at 4,500 feet elevation, and this is great from a power perspective. It's more than enough. So let's sum things up with this High Tide package. Should you go for this? So it's gonna depend. First off, right, what are you gonna be using the Jeep for? Jeep is stating that this is supposed to be a beach package. That's why they call it the quote-unquote High Tide. This is the Wrangler that you take to the beach, and that's why they also do that top where you can just pull off that front portion, right? Because that's what a lot of people do at the beach, is they'll leave the back portion on, but then they'll just take off the front pieces. So, I mean, yeah, if you're going to be using this as a beach vehicle, it's what Jeep intended to be used for. But this has so many more uses outside of that. You know, in terms of like quote-unquote mall crawling, this is awesome because it looks great. This has the Rubicon appearance, but you know, you don't necessarily have to pay Rubicon prices. And this looks better than like a base Rubicon with 33s because this has 35s. So if you want that cool, big, beefy Jeep appearance, this has that. And then if you actually are into off-roading, this is amazing. Yes, it doesn't have the front rear lockers and the sway bar disconnect that the Rubicon has. But that being said, what this does have is it's got 35-inch tall tires. It's got like what, the Extreme Recon package is like almost 13 inches of ground clearance. And so it is just, you know, gonna be monstrous from, you know, an off-road perspective. Yeah, there are certain situations that you won't be able to do because you don't have the lockers or anything. But what I can tell you, being someone that owns a Rubicon, is just because this has the solid front and rear axles, and because it has the 35s, and look at that already having people staring at it, it can handle so much more than what the average person would put this through. And so, yeah, I think this is a really, really cool package. I didn't even know about it until today. And so now that more people know about it, maybe some of you guys will start ordering these. So yeah, let me know what you think. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this High Tide edition. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to Danny for giving me some time with his new Jeep. Again, reach out to him if you're in the market for a new Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler. I'll see all of you in the next video.